with great power. No, they fuck it up in the movie.
Fuck out of here.
In the movie, they don't even say it right. They're just like, when you.
Why would they say it?
They shouldn't have said like dog. It's so stupid. They're
Why
just like
would they say it?
random spider adjacent people that they can't call Spider-Man in the forest are just like, once you accept responsibility, you will acquire great power or something like that. It's so dumb. It's so fucking dumb. This movie is so fucking dumb, dog.
All right, we're going to get into it, everybody. Thank you for joining us on a new episode of Channel Orange. I'm your host, the Orange himself, LK the God, the DD, the Mogul. Yeah. Well, you pick which one you want. I am here with, in the background, Dab Daddy Don.
It's in the ether.
And the man to my left, Popco Poppy. What we puffing on today?
What are we puffing on today? So I need to get some more dabs for real. But the last thing I did smoke was this Evermore blueberry dumplings, which is fantastic, man. Evermore don't miss. They be on there.
Well, let me ask y'all this. Since we're in a new year, is it quite possible to have a dab of the year? Like, what could be the dab of the year for 2023?
2023 dab of the year. Ooh, that's a good question. We should do that, like a award show, dab of the year. Get a tuxedo out and just be like, all right, what was the best dab?
Like one of them junks that was like clear. It looked like crystal meth, but it was liquid meth. I was like, dog, this shit is crazy. It was one of them junks he had.
Yeah, it might have been that Midnight Circus junk from Evermore. That shit was.
Yeah, because that flower is gas.
That was this year. Yeah, was that this year? Damn. That was this year. That was that new? Damn. So what about last year? Maybe like, I don't know, what was the dab of the year? Probably some shit from Evermore or something?
Still Evermore, I'd say something between Canopy and like, because I think it's something that I bought many times.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What if I bought the most? I love the orange drizzle and shit, like on all the orange shit.
That might have been one of the best ones.
Yeah, so I was like, I bought a lot of those orange and octane drizzles. That probably was the most. But yeah, some from Evermore. I definitely, man, they.
Shouts to Sunset Octane too. I like that strain.
Yeah, that's really good. I like Sunset Octane too. It's really good. It's a good dab.
So, guys, we have a few topics for you today. One of which is the Super Bowl. One of which is the commercials. One of which is Puffco's sterling review of Madam Web. He said it's the greatest movie made in the history of film and the history of the earth. Right? That's what you said.
It's an achievement of cinema.
It's an achievement of cinema. He started crying in the movies and he shit himself. That's how great the movie was.
Beautiful.
It was beautiful. Also, we got to talk some hoops. Let's start with hoops. Apparently, there was a trick because I already did it on 2K. What if Steph played with LeBron? I didn't know the boldness of these niggas. Like, 'cause these niggas are super bold to even ask, like, what's the asking price for arguably the greatest fucking basketball player of all time. Although he is 39, I think.
Yeah, man, about to turn 40, man. What you mean? Like,
but he's still great. Like, you got the nerve to ask somebody for that. That'd be hilarious. So, what do you think about LeBron almost? Well, I'm not going to say almost, but potentially almost going to the Warriors.
Could have been interesting. That would be Draymond's wet dream right there. To be playing with LeBron finally, but and Chris Paul too. You know, he's hurt. I mean, he's on there in the Dubs too. So you could get the OG old man crew together and try to make a run at it. But 35 and up squad. But it could be interesting. But ultimately, it's about where LeBron wants to play. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's happy in LA. He's big chilling. You know, he waiting to see what his kids are gonna do. He's probably chilling with the Lakers. I mean, it's not too many moves that they can make. It would be interesting to see him play with Steph. That would be cool. But
that'd be great.
What are you giving up for 40-year-old LeBron right now? What's his trade value? I think that's the more interesting question.
And then, excuse me. And on top of that, if you was to actually land him, what is left on that bench after that happens?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What's his trade value? What do you got to give up for LeBron, I guess, is the question. I mean, that would be what I'd depend. Because, I think LeBron can still play like a top 10 player for stretches,
For sure.
Yeah, and in the playoffs, he's still amazing. But, he's about to be 40. Father Time going to catch him eventually. And you're not trying to give up too many assets for, a couple of years of LeBron. So it just depends, you know. There are going to be teams in that Bronny sweepstakes if Bronny tries to come out in the next couple of years, and we'll see what Bryce does and how long, you know, LeBron wants to fucking play.
I look at it like this. Say, if we all agree, let's just say you need 100 points. You need to score at least 100 points to win a basketball game. LeBron, Steph put up 30 per. You need 40 more points. And Clay is good for a good 14 now. He's like, yeah.
14.
I mean, I'm just saying. You can put him down. How many points could you put Clay down right now for? I'd say 14.
I was going to say 15. So
I was close.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, he's still good, but yeah, he's having a rough ass year.
You still got Minga. I can see, you know.
Man got a haircut and fucking turned the fuck up, man. My man just needed to free himself from the motherfucking hair.
Yeah, some people just need an opportunity. He just needed an opportunity. He's really good.
He's been legit. Now I'm kind of mad that we took Josh Giddey over him now. I'm a little mad, but, you know. Okay, Sam Presti rarely misses, but I really wanted Kuminga in that draft, and then he went with Giddey, which looked like the right decision for a little while. Now it doesn't.
How do you feel about the PJ Tucker debacle?
Well, it looks like Dallas was trying to get Kuzma and Gafford, and then Kuzma wanted to stay. So they ended up going for PJ instead. So I think that's a good pivot from Kuzma. It's going to be cheaper in terms of everything, compensation and contract. Probably a little younger. And then I think the real piece was Gafford for Dallas. Gafford looks amazing. He's been going crazy. You gave Luka a black man with athleticism. That shit ain't fair.
Well, I said PJ Tucker, not Washington.
Oh, PJ Tucker. Oh, yeah. PJ Tucker. Didn't they send him home?
Yeah, because he was upset that they didn't trade him. He actually wants to play. I feel him. There is a spot on that roster for him to get minutes, but we got a lot of other people that's already hooping.
Yeah, it's like he's just probably washed at this point. PJ Tucker is pretty old. I mean,
I feel like he can help a team though. He's not completely washed. He will help a team as a starter. Just play defense, shoot threes. That's it.
I don't know about as a starter, but I mean, I'm sure he could still help a team like as a, just a vet who can play some, tough defense and stuff like that. But again, he's getting older, and for being so undersized, it's going to get harder and harder as he, slows down more and more. I mean, to just live off of corner threes and defense.
I trust him. Like, there are just some players that you just trust. I trust him. I trust Al Horford. Like, the older players who still have something to give to the game, I trust them. I love that PJ Walker. I mean, he's on my team, but we just don't play him. It was just fucked up. But hey, man, we still got it. We got to give Kawhi minutes, man. I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? They play Kawhi at the 4 primarily now. What do you want them to do?
Clippers are great. I mean, they're fine. They just need to, as long as they just need to stay healthy.
Yeah.
And the Clippers, they look like the most dangerous team in the West right now.
We're giving Amir Coffey and Brandon Boston minutes, not really giving another player that's stuck on the bench, Bones Highland. Like, I really like Bones Highland, but he can't get off the bench because we got, Russ, Harden. He can't get off the bench. It's not going to happen. Hope he gets some burn somewhere.
They just have a good team. Like I said, they got Powell there still. They got players to take those minutes. Terrence Mann, they got players.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, is there anything else in basketball that we have to address?
I don't know. Like I said, the trade deadline was mostly uneventful. Like I said, I kind of touched on the Mavs. The Knicks were lauded as the winners of the trade deadline. The Knicks made some major moves. Getting Bogdanovich was big. Just expanding the depth on their team, so they got options, so they don't have to run 7 players into the ground.
And Taj Gibson.
Yeah. So, it's looking good. Again, I think Dallas also was a winner of the deadline as well.
For sure.
If
they would have got Kuzma, nigga.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That would have been crazy. But and that would have been good for the Wizards because they would have probably got 2 first-round picks back for Kuzma. They got 1 back for Gafford anyway. And people don't realize how good Gafford is, too. He's one of the best.
He's great.
Yeah, in terms of just rim running, blocking shots, just catching lobs. He's probably one of the best in the league, which people are finding.
And he's young, too.
Yeah, his field goal percentage is going to be like just fucking off the charts.
Do you think he gonna get some bread in the league? Like some bread?
Well, he's already on a nice contract. He got paid. He got paid with the Wizards, and he's gonna get paid again. Like I said, he's young.
Oh, Wizards paid him already. Cool.
Yeah, so
That's good.
he's on a good deal.
I like him.
Yeah, he's good. He's good for what he does in the league. You know, he's a specialist, but he's good at the shit that he does. So I'm glad to see Gaff get an opportunity on a winning team.
Yeah. And it's good for them because they need wing. They need bigs and they need wing defenders. So kind of hope he got Kuzma though. But Kuzma wanted to stay and build something with DC, which is great.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I guess, you know, he's I guess the way I don't know how much truth is to it, but they seem like from the quotes that he already won a ring that people forgot. Like he's not really ring chasing.
Yeah.
He's like, I already got a championship. I've already been like the third best player on it, like on a championship team. So I think he's enjoying being the number one option, having his own squad. You know, he's liked in the city. He seems to be a good, positive force in the city and stuff like that. Kuzma's pretty well liked here. So, we would love to obviously be winning games, but at least it's nice to have one capable player on the team.
He said, bruh, I want to stay in DC and build around Bruno Koulibaly and Jordan Poole's carcass.
All right, you chill with that. Like I said, Koulibaly's good, man. Like they got a few keepers actually, man. Because Denny is going crazy. Denny
that's not an indictment on Koulibaly. That's an indictment on Jordan Poole.
No, he's terrible. That man needs to be traded to Mars, learn Chinese on the way. Like my man he is the Madam Web of basketball players right now. That man
that's the segue for you, boy. That's
man's
the segue.
Crazy bad play.
So we understand that you enjoy pain. You're a masochist. So you went to the movie theater and went to see Madam Web. So walk us through your experience. Did you see the poster? Did you buy the Madam Web popcorn bucket? Did they have a...
My dog.
He took his glasses.
Look, man. Madam Web, bro. I did the most unhinged thing a person could do on Valentine's Day.
Unhinged.
And I fucking went to go see Madam Web in the
on
movie
Love
theaters.
Day, no less.
And I was just fell victim to my morbid curiosity. I saw the reviews saying it's worse than Morbius. Nigga, I've seen Morbius.
I saw what you did there. Morbid curiosity, morbid. Yeah, I saw what you did there.
Look, man. I saw Morbius. There's no way a movie could be worse than Morbius. Come on, bro. Not in the year 2024. So I had to see for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Good fucking Lord. This movie is an indictment on so many levels of greed, capitalism, just a waste of money, a baffling waste of talent, and just a bankrupt script.
Jesus.
I have no idea how this got this far into production. I feel bad for the people who made Batgirl and that Acme movie. They got written off as tax write-offs. Like, it's no way those movies are worse than this. It's no goddamn way that this movie should have got as far as it did. I understand now why Dakota Johnson fired her agency as soon as the trailer came out. I understand now why they only made one trailer for this movie, which is wild for a major movie, to just cut one trailer and be like, that's it, dog. Y'all don't want to see any more of this. Like, them niggas knew that this shit was about to be a dumpster fire. They kept the review embargo up to the very last day. They was like, we don't want any reviews about this to get out before the movie comes out.
Because at least if the movie's ass, we got to get this money somehow. Let's at least get some money. Because if if your review embargo goes up a little bit earlier, niggas review it, it'll kill your box office.
This is the first time in all these years, and you know how much I love comic books and I love superheroes and I love movies. This was the first time I genuinely, legitimately felt like we've had enough superhero movies. Like, we can stop now. We've hit a level where it was like, oh, we're bringing the fan favorites like the Hulk and Iron Man to life. Now it's like we're doing bad movies with Ezekiel and Madam Web. What the fuck happened, dog? Like why did this spin out of control so fast? Like, we're using comic books that we don't even like or read and changing everything about them to make generic movies that could have just been anything. This could have been some bland ass kind of Final Destination ass spinoff kind of thing about somebody who just had like future powers. But no, they somehow wanted to bring the old paralyzed spider lady, Madam Web, and rope this Spider-Man property with no Spider-Man in it. Again, they're building a Spider-Man cinematic universe absent of Spider-Man.
There is a Spider-Man in it. What are you talking about?
Fucking Ezekiel, they don't even explain anything about this nigga. This man has no backstory. This man's lips don't even line up to the words he's saying in the movie. It's like a fucking old Chinese kung fu film.
I thought that was just in the trailer.
No, this man is fucking saying shit that they ADR'd over, and it's just like, he's definitely not fucking saying those words. What the fuck is going on in this movie? There are so many plot holes, like, you just give up. It ain't even no point to think about any logic of anything in this movie. Nothing fucking makes sense. There's Uncle Ben is in this movie for some reason as a background character. He doesn't do anything.
Hey, I think this might. They said this movie broke the record for being the fastest to be in theaters and on HBO Max within 30 minutes.
Yeah, this doesn't even deserve. It doesn't deserve the light of day. They shouldn't have put this shit out, man. If there's a movie that deserved to be shelved and taken out back and being shot and put out of its misery, it was this. This is. I don't know if it's the worst superhero movie I've ever seen, but it's in the bottom 5 for sure.
What are the worst superhero movies you've ever seen?
I was thinking about that because of this movie, actually. This movie made me think to be like, is there anything I've seen that's worse than this? And I don't think there is.
Because everything, like, to me, like, because even, like, going to the movie theater to watch this, I'm like, okay, you probably went there with, like, an open mind. There's probably something here that I will take away that I will like about this movie. And when I think about bad superhero movies, my mind keeps cycling back to Daredevil.
No, this is way better than Daredevil. I mean, Daredevil is way better than this. Way better. Like, substantially better. Like, niggas are asking me, like, to compare movies, and I need people to understand how bad this is. Like, Daredevil, that shit makes this look like... This shit makes Daredevil look like The Dark Knight. This shit is bad. Like, this shit is worse than Morbius. I'm thinking maybe X-Men Origins Wolverine is the only thing I can think of that I saw that immediately was like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Legitimately bad.
X-Men Dark Phoenix and Apocalypse, both of those were pretty fucking bad.
Dark Phoenix.
Apocalypse at least had the cool Quicksilver scene in it, but like Dark Phoenix had no redeeming quality, so I'll probably put that worse.
Yeah. Dark Phoenix.
X-Men 3 is pretty bad, but it ain't that bad. Like, even X3 is
redeemable.
It's got some shit that's fun in it.
They did the big battle. We had a big battle. Like, that's what.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Was this movie fun at any points? Not on purpose. Like, by the end of it, it got so fucking goofy. I definitely got some audible laughs out of it towards the end because it gets so fucking stupid. Madam Web's final power up is so fucking goofy.
What is her? Okay, so what are her powers exactly in this movie?
She has some vague, random clairvoyance that sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. That's pretty much it. And the whole movie is her finding these 3 random girls who, in the future, apparently become Spider Women, but we never see that other than like a quick flashback. The thing you saw in the trailer of them in their costumes, that's all you ever see of them in their costumes in the entire movie. They're just running from place to place with this lady that doesn't want to save them. It's just like, hey,
this lady that doesn't want to save
that
them.
is one of her main personality traits is that she's an EMT that hates people and that hates saving people. So the whole movie, she's like, I'm just going to drop you off at your parents because I don't want to deal with this. And, oh, but I need you to get off this train because the guy's about to kill you. And they're just like, what? And then that's pretty much the whole movie. And then she takes these girls from place to place and being like, there's some random guy in a spider mask that's going to come and kill you. We need to get out of here. And then that's the whole movie. They do that like 4 times in like 4 different locations until they go to a Pepsi factory because there is the most aggressive product placement for Pepsi in this movie.
Up and down Pepsi factory.
Like,
Jesus
she goes
Christ.
to a cookout. It's like, hey, can I have a beer? It's like, no, you need a fucking cold, refreshing Pepsi. Like, what the fuck? This is weird ass. How much did Pepsi pay for this? But
first off, you're tripping because Pepsi stopped racism or something. You remember that commercial they had with the girl had the Pepsi can and it was like, okay, we'll stop fighting because you have a Pepsi.
The final act takes place at a Pepsi factory, and the main villain is defeated by a Pepsi sign that falls on him. That is, I'm dead ass.
Spider-Man.
No, Ezekiel.
No, Spider-Man.
No, they don't say the word Spider-Man. I don't even think they can say the word Spider-Man. There's
Time out.
Spider-adjacent people in this.
Time out. So there was 4 spider women in the movie, and they never said spider anything.
No, they're spider people from Peru, from some weird village of people who get bitten by a special spider, and it gives you random powers, and they run on rooftops and shit. They look ridiculous. They look stupid as shit. And then they don't make any sense. Like, the main spider dude is just like, yes, your daughter will come back here in 20 years and I will be here and wait for her. Who the fuck are you, dog? Like, what is this? Like, there's so many questions that they don't answer in this movie. Like,
Well, I've always, and ride with me on this, folks. I know I'm a crazy person, but I've always wondered what exactly, CJ, makes Spider-Man Spider-Man. So basically, with Peter Parker got a bunch of powers, right? You know, super strength, super reflexes, could stick to walls. You know, webs is optional because he don't come with webs. He decided to use webs. And the Spidey sense, but there's nothing that really tethers him to actually being Spider-Man. Right? Like, he could be anybody else. He could just, I got these powers, let's do something else. I'm going to be a Prowler. I'm going to be whatever the fuck.
LeBron James. Like, I'll just go.
Well, not like that. But I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying, right? He didn't have to choose to be Spider-Man. He could have did superhero like a different way, like use those powers a different way. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the comic you're reading, because then you go back to like Madam Web in the comics and the Web of Life and Destiny, and like when they get into the more mystical aspects of like spider totems and all this shit, which I guess the movie was kind of trying to hint at, but they just don't explain shit. And they don't get into fucking anything. Like, it just makes no fucking sense. Anything in the movie.
Cause even in the fucking Spider-Man movie, you know, the Sam Raimi jump, they was like, he secretes webs. Like, he secretes webs out of his wrist. And I was like, okay, so he's definitely Spider-Man. I got webs. I'm Spider-Man. You know, whatever the fuck. But other than, you know, the nigga using webs or manufacturing webs, he doesn't necessarily have to be Spider-Man.
He sticks to walls. I mean, that's a spider thing.
Anything can stick to a wall. A lot of animals stick to walls.
Different bugs and shit. I mean, I don't know.
Anyways, all right, go ahead. Back to your review.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not much to review. I just
No post credit scene. I heard no post.
Yeah, no post credit. They don't even think they're getting a sequel to this. This shit
They
is
had
terrible.
no idea what the fuck they were doing in the first place. Of course, they don't plan a sequel.
And I want you to know that even though we got spoiled on an ocean spray bottle for her costume, which is funny as shit, but
She has a costume.
the Madam Web costume at the end of this movie
Derivative, huh?
looks so fucking goofy and bad that it is fucking. I see why Dakota Johnson fired her agent. Like, I would have looked at this shit, went to set, got in that, and been like, yeah, I can't do this shit,
Yeah, I
bro.
gotta
Like,
see
what
these
is this?
costumes.
They're so fucking bad, bro. It's so bad. But especially hers, because they try to make her like the comic Madam Web at the end of it. So by the end of it, she's in a wheelchair and blind, but she's in a weird Professor X-ass wheelchair, and she's like spinning around with these big goofy ass shit. Like, it looks so fucking stupid.
Why does I mean, I only know Madam Web from the, you know, the famous Spider-Man TV show and all the, you know, Spider-Man and Friends. A lot of niggas don't remember Spider-Man and Friends, but I remember Spider-Man and Friends. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not really, you know, sandbox. Y'all not really OGs in Spider-Man. I watch Spider-Man and Friends.
It's
nigga.
Amazing Friends, sir.
Amazing Friends. You know what I meant.
They're not just regular ass friends.
Yeah, and Spider-Man is Amazing Friends. Yeah, that nigga, what? I've been watching Spider-Man forever. But all I know about Madam Web is she's blind. She fucks with Peter when he's fucking up, try to help him sometimes, and she sits in a chair. I don't know if she can't walk. I don't know if she does walk. But that's all I know about Madam Web.
I don't know why she can't walk in the movie. It probably was explained, but I was bored at that
What if she
point.
doesn't want to? What if she
Yeah.
just floats like fucking one of them Pokemon like that knows levitate?
But how she lost her sight in the movie is also hilarious. She got hit in the face with some fireworks. That's
So she loses her sight in the movie.
in the movie. Yeah, I'm gonna spoil it because nobody should see this movie. Like,
Wow, she lost her sight in the movie.
in the dumbest way possible. She fell in some water and some fireworks hit her in the face. I'm dead ass. I'm not making that up. It's a thing that happens in the movie.
Wow.
Even though she's clairvoyant and supposedly can see the future.
I thought she would at least keep her vision and just get the suit and go to like a next movie with like, you know,
Oh no,
vision.
And you know, want to know what her final power up was?
What?
She can be in multiple places at once. So in the final battle, when all the girls are like dangling off 3 different respective ledges in 3 different locations. She goes, and then splits herself into 3 different people to help them off the ledges while the villain's confused, like, what the fuck is going on? And then punches her in the face because she's just standing there like, let me use my magical web. What the fuck is this? It's not an astral projection. She literally can split into 3 people to do menial tasks. And like, I hate Sony.
Did you like the evil Spider-Man suit?
No, I fucking hated the Ezekiel suit. And then it didn't make any sense because they wanted to make him like his comic counterpart where he has no shoes all the time because that's how he sticks to stuff when he's not wearing the suit. But then he wears the suit and he's got motherfucking feet on the suit. So why are you walking around barefoot if you can fucking stick to shit with the regular spider suit? Also, where the fuck did that suit come from? Peter Parker and Spider-Man is not a thing. So how did you get the reference to make a whole ass Spider-Man suit that's not a Spider-Man suit, but... What?
Did he swing from webs?
No, the fuck he didn't. He just menacingly stood on ceilings. That's what he did most of the movie. He menacingly stood and crawled on ceilings, choked a few bitches, and that's pretty much it. He had a Pepsi sign fall on him.
Super strength?
He's probably the worst comic book villain that's ever been realized.
Don't say that.
No, I'm saying that. I'm 10 toes down.
There's a lot of bad comic
I know.
book villains.
Oh, I know. And he's the worst. Ezekiel was so fucking terrible.
I could fight that, but I'm not going to do it right now. There's been a lot of
Go ahead and watch Madam Web and then try to fight me on that.
Bad comic book villains, bro.
My man has no personality at all. He's just like, and he has the wildest, bro, first of all, he took some NSA technology from 2003, because the movie's in like 2003 or some shit. And then he found facial recognition software to find the 3 girls from his dreams. He had dreams that these bitches threw him out a window. And he would have that dream every night.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Like, that's why he was starting to hunt. Oh, he killed me in the future, so I got to kill him.
And even the lady's like, do you know who these girls are? He's like, no. And he's like, how are we going to find them then? So he steals some NSA technology through some dumbass means. And then he fucking recreates their faces on this computer somehow. And it's like, that's them. And now let's de-age them 10 years or something.
2003 computer at that.
Let's de-age them and have the technology to remove their mask. So I can find these girls in today with no mask and they'll be pinged on any satellite or computer. It's 2003.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's what I like to call a horse fucking. Like you're making all this. You're making a reason for him to reconvene with these girls. Okay, I get it. The writers have shit themselves on.
Well, I mean, these were the screenwriters that brought us Morbius and Gods of Egypt. So, I mean,
yeah, Gods of Egypt. So, I watched that movie recently. It's ass chips.
The one with all the white people in Egypt.
The white Egyptians.
So yeah, that's these guys. So I don't know.
All right. Well, before we leave Madam Web, what do you give it? How many flames out of 10 do you give Madam Web?
For as many times that I laughed through the movie, 2.
By record, that is the lowest rated fucking piece of media ever judged on Fire Squad Podcast Network. A 2 flames out of 100. That is unreleasable.
They shouldn't have released it. That's a good way to put it. Like,
unreleasable.
It is unreleasable. That's why everyone's baffled that it got released in this state. Like some people screened this movie, they saw it and was like, "Yep, we're gonna put this out." And that is the wild decision. Like, that is the craziest thing of all.
Well, I could see why they do it. Because capitalism and you sons of bitches buy PS5s all the time, so we could do this as many times as we want. But the thing about it is, I watched a review on No Way Home. What was it? What was the last one? Last Spider-Man movie?
That's it. Yeah.
No Way Home. So it was like, Sony really, really wants to merge Tom Holland into this rogue's evil universe or whatever the fuck, but they don't know how to. I'm like, okay, cool, don't do it.
Clearly, they don't know. Like, Kraven the Hunter is coming out after this. Like, none of these
That's
characters
still coming out too.
None of these characters make any fucking sense without Spider-Man.
They might cancel that.
Venom has a big ass Spider-Man symbol on his chest, where Spider-Man does not exist in his universe. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
There really aren't any plans for them to even meet yet. And there's another Venom movie coming out You got to kind of explain why'd you fucking lick the fucking screen when you saw this little white kid.
Again, like you're trying to fucking that's also wild as shit. That's a deranged, unhinged decision that they're making. But to try to form a cinematic universe around Spider-Man's villains without Spider-Man is the stupidest fucking thing that I have seen. And I've seen, what are we, like 4 movies into this shit now? Like,
and then really, like,
can someone stop this? Can the government? Can Joe Biden or somebody step in and stop this? Please.
Really, you already fucked yourselves with the relationship. If they were, let's say hypothetically, they were to try to merge these fucking universes. I gotta stop cursing if I want to get monetized. But if they want to merge these universes, you already made it even that more difficult because you made Tom Hardy, Eddie Brock, Venom likable. So what is going to be their connection? We're going to do a buddy cop film? If they do merge, I'm just saying, I could see that working out other than Madam Web and the other fucking Craven movie coming out and the Vulture, like, hey, we could do some good together. No, we don't want to see that.
Oh my God, you reminded me of the worst post-credit scene of all time in movie history.
Okay, but
let's team up. It's something to do with Spider-Man. I don't know what I'm here for. I'm just
it would be shooting fish in a barrel if they was to just be like, next Spider-Man movie, Sinister Six. We never seen that before. They even had plans. That's what I saw in the review. They was like, they revealed that they had plans to bring the 3 Spider-Men back from No Way Home in the next Spider-Man movie. Do you think that's a good idea?
No, I don't want to see any.
Yeah, we would have to do that again. It's going to lose the luster.
I don't want to see any more live action superhero movies from Sony. Like, they should be like banned.
Have you rewatched No Way Home?
No, I've not.
I gotta rewatch it because I have a theory that movie's only good in the movie theater.
Yeah, a lot of people said that because, like, said all the crowd reactions and the first time, but it's like it doesn't hold up as well from what I hear. But again, most Marvel movies don't. They're good film experience, but they've just been degrading in quality pretty badly since Endgame. And I'm over it. Like, I'm just completely over superhero movies. If we're not going to do them good,
you're not over superhero movies because there's some good ones coming out. That's a good segue to get into Deadpool and Wolverine coming out. The only Marvel movie coming out this year because it has a lot riding on it. Pause. But I don't have to say pause. He's bi-curious. But anyways, Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm saying it right now to all our fans out there, to all the Fire Squad fans out there, all the Lucky Lefty fans out there, all the Puffco Poppy fans out there, all the All Hail fans out there, all the Dab Daddy Don fans out there, all the Cortland Experience. I say the Cortland Experience because it's an experience when you see him perform. This movie will bring Marvel back on top. That is my theory. This movie will get you niggas back to the movie theater. This movie will have all the fanfare that we need because the writer's strike is over, COVID's over, movies are back. This is Deadpool. We have a 4th wall breaker inside Marvel that can curse.
We already have a 4th wall breaker inside of Marvel.
That can curse. You're talking about the 4th wall breaker that's really horny.
Yeah, I mean, the show.
I'm
is
talking
bad,
about the one that can curse and break the 4th wall.
I think they put too much on Deadpool's shoulders. Like, can he save a whole movie cinematic universe with one movie?
Do you think Madam Web can? You saw her movie.
I mean, you could kill a cinematic universe in one movie if it's bad enough. Like, Madam Web fucking proved that. I mean,
apparently you thought Madam Web was the key to all the Sony,
right? That was
the Sony universe.
Yeah. Everyone's like, that's going to save it.
This is the one right here. This is the one that's going to do it. It's going to bring everybody into the Sony universe, everybody.
And then El Muerto is going to bring it home.
Jesus Christ. They was in their right mind to like cancel that, or he backed out. I don't know what happened, but that was good enough to not come out because that would have been a freaking disaster.
Man has like 2 comic appearances, and they're just like, we need to give him his own movie.
So, what do you think about Deadpool and Wolverine?
The trailer.
Are you excited?
I'm curious. I'm not really excited. I mean, and they've killed my excitement with too many bad projects at this point, back to back to back to back. But I'm definitely excited to see what they'll do with Deadpool. At least we'll get a rated R. He has a lot riding on it, like you said, a lot to correct and to set up for the future of where they're going, which seems to be pretty directionless at this point.
Yeah, I wouldn't say directionless. I would say like they're taking a break. That's why this only movie coming out this year, because from here, this is where we build all this shit out. I think
they just waited too long to get to the good stuff. You know, they've had Fantastic Four and X-Men in the pocket for so many years. I think they just should have gotten to it earlier. And now it's like they will let enthusiasm kind of get to an all-time low. And now they're just like, yeah, no, wait till next year. We'll bring it back. But it's just like, that means those movies have to be fucking amazing.
They've came out with a new Fantastic Four every 10 years. This new one that's coming out next year. Oh, is it next year? Yeah,
next year.
It'll be 10 years since the last one. And then 10 years since the other last one.
Yeah, so, you know, I know they try to give those IPs like a break in between them, but it's, I don't know, it's just really hard to be excited about superhero stuff right now. I think DC did it right with James Gunn to just kind of like take a year off, reset everything, go with a clear new direction, have like a real plan and like a real architect behind things.
Those is for everybody news, those is the two movies that come out in the same month. Joker 2 and
what, Superman?
Yeah,
Superman Legacy next year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited for that. It just seems like I just want to see a cohesive universe with a vision, you know, and somebody that I know gives a shit about the characters.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I at least know James Gunn, and that's been my beef with not just Marvel but all of these properties lately. And Dakota Johnson kind of talked about it during her press tour for Madam Web, ironically, that all these studios don't trust the creatives in the process anymore. It's just a bunch of execs running off of money algorithms to be like, this what needs to be in the movie. And that's why all these movies fucking suck now. And they all have scripts that seem like they're AI generated. And they're just going for mass appeal and bland ass plots that just seem unambitious. And they're taking superhero stories and making them not superhero stories, which is like, why adapt a superhero if you're going to take everything about the hero like Echo? Like, why take a character like Echo and then change everything about that character?
Because we didn't read the freaking comic. That's why we changed everything, because we didn't know what the hell we were talking about.
Yeah, why don't you get people who read the comics or like the comics to make the IPs about the comics? I think that was one of the reasons that they were good. Passionate people that love Iron Man working on an Iron Man movie.
Well,
you know, things like
that is so simple, it must be difficult. That's why it hasn't happened.
It's money, like I said, the people and arrogance, the people in some trust fund baby in a suit that hasn't written a goddamn thing in his life wants to tell the writers and the people that wrote the comic book what's better because some algorithm said this will make them more money in Asia or something. So we need to take this scene out because, you know, it's not about the creative vision of things anymore.
Like, it's really like when I take it back to when let's say like first Avengers come out. No. Not first Avengers. Marvel's on top, basically around the Infinity War era, right? When they was talking about, okay, here's our next phase. We're winning. We're on top. Here's what we're going to do. We have The Eternals coming out. It's being directed by Chloe Zhao. We got Chloe Zhao because she just won an award. And we got all these star-studded cast. And we all like, okay, bet. Great director. Great cast. What could possibly go wrong? And we got what we got. So it's a lot more that goes into it rather than just accolades and getting all the names. There's a lot more because you could just fuck up a movie just putting people in the mix and they not even the right mix.
Look, Madam Web has talented people in it. Like the whole cast, like we've seen Sydney Sweeney and some of these other people be good and stuff.
I love Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, but she has nothing to do in this movie. The script is so bad. It's like, we know some of these people are talented. We've seen them be talented in other things. So we know that there's something else that went horribly wrong here. And it wasn't the actors in the movie.
The worst superhero movie I've ever seen is Catwoman.
That's definitely one of them. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't argue against you. Catwoman, Elektra, both of those are pretty fucking bad.
Elektra's better than Catwoman to me. I think it's Catwoman.
No, Catwoman might be it. That's definitely on the Mount Rushmore of bad superhero movies for sure.
But even in that movie, they had the presence of mind to get the hot woman in suit early, because that's all we fucking came for anyway. This movie's gonna be trash regardless. Let's see Halle Berry in a suit.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the whole thing, like Sydney Sweeney was playing like a 16-year-old in that jump, and I'm pretty sure she's like 26 or something.
Yeah, she's
so
old
like
now.
and she's known for, you know, kind of being hot. Like it's like her
Yeah.
thing. So it's just like, I don't know, it's just kind of weird decision to make her play like a 16-year-old minor throughout this movie and give her absolutely nothing to do. That's just an odd choice to make there.
Somehow you find a way to get back to Madam Web. But Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm excited. You should be excited. You're going to see the movie. You can't say no because you already saw Madam Web on purpose.
I'm definitely going to see the movie for sure.
Yes,
But
I'm excited.
Hope that it is good. You know, like I like Deadpool. All the Deadpool movies, or both of them so far, have been good. But can just Deadpool save the entire Marvel universe? That is the thing I'm worried about.
At least commentate. That's all I want to hear is somebody like be like, okay, this shit has kind of been fucked up for us. And I want y'all, Kevin Feige, to produce this movie and realize that, okay, we've been through a lot with your ass, nigga. Like, let's just commentate. As long as you're able, like when you get into an argument with your girl, like you be like, as long as you can admit that you're tripping, I could deal with whatever you're about to say. So I want them to commentate on what they're doing or what they have done up to this point, so you realize that we have been through some shit. Like what you said, people have given up on Marvel. People have given up on Marvel. And that shouldn't happen to your franchise that has been the flagship for Disney, that has been raking in the big bucks for 20 years.
Too many mediocre projects back to back, man. Too many. I saw too many Secret Invasions and Moon Knights and shit in between. Like, it's too much. Too many Quantum Manias. Like,
Can't believe you did that to Moon Knight again. You gotta relax.
Moon Knight is fucking terrible.
I know, but I like it.
Why?
Because
it cuts away from everything interesting.
I know, but still, it has a veneer that I like. I might even watch it again. Who knows?
And I'm a masochist. This man's about to go watch Moon Knight of his own free volition.
No, I'm going to skim through it. I'm definitely going to try to find a way to skim through it so I won't completely waste my time.
You would have to kidnap me to watch Moon Knight again. I'd have to be a captive against my will to watch that.
All right.
And again, it's not talent because Oscar Isaac is a good actor. Like, we've seen him be good and stuff.
Yeah,
so
that's the thing. That's the thing I was saying. Like, they just throw a mix together and we just be okay with it. Because I was like, Oscar Isaac and Ethan Hawke? Bet. I'm there.
Me too. I was hyped. I thought it was going to be good. I like Moon Knight in the comics too. So I was like, oh, this is a slam dunk.
But even that director, it was the director too that I was excited for. I forgot who directed it. I'm like, okay, this might be in good hands. Great actor, great director. Let's go. But it didn't go that way.
I almost forgave the show until the final battle, bro. When they cut away from the final battle and then just cut back and was just like, oh, everything's done. I guess I did all, like, what?
I gave up. The exact moment I lost hope in that show was when the alligator grew to like Megazord level. I was like,
there's a kaiju battle happening in the background and shit. And it's like,
I was like, okay, we're doing something. We're doing something. This is unprecedented. And I knew it wasn't going to wrap up because, you know, I watched it myself and I remember exactly what I said when the episode ended. The penultimate episode before the finale, where I think it was in like the reed field, like it was in the field of reeds or whatever.
I forgot all about that too.
When that episode ended, I was like, bro, there is no way they can wrap the story up in the last jump. There's exactly no way. You have too much shit to wrap up.
Well, that's why maybe they cut out the whole action scene at the end that was supposed to be the final battle of him beating Ethan Hawke's character.
I don't even know if they're coming out with season 2. But what else did get revealed is a Fantastic Four casting.
The rumored names that we've been hearing.
Yeah, they were pretty much spot on this whole time. How do you feel? And how do you feel about the look of the reveal photo, whatever?
Well, it's going to be set in the 60s. It looks like confirmed. I don't know if it's going to be an alternate Earth or, you know, MCU.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to get them over here, but
some sort of time travel chicanery, I guess.
Yeah, some horse fucking.
Cast, I don't know. I'm kind of tired of seeing Pedro Pascal play everybody, but
overexposed.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess. I mean,
I would have rather it been Adam Driver because that's who else they was looking at, but he's not the most charismatic.
Yeah, I don't know. I never thought of like an ethnic Reed Richards. It's kind of funny. Like Reed Richards is very white to me in the comics, just from his whiteness is a trait of Reed Richards to me. So that's what's like, oh man, Pedro Pascal.
Do you think they're gonna do the canonical thing? I'm sorry. of Reed losing his bitch? Because Namor exists in his universe. So you think he gonna lose his bitch? Because that's gonna be rough.
He never really loses her, but I mean,
I
Namor
heard
be
he-
going hard, man.
I heard he was clapping her. Was he clapping her?
I don't think he was clapping her.
Okay.
But she do be out of pocket though, because I think Namor did mention one time, he's like, yeah, whenever y'all have relationship problems, she come down here and talk to me about it. And it's like, oh, all right, that's worth maybe 5 bodies there, but we'll see.
My superhero wife going to another superhero who got abs and shit and telling her, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's 11,000 bodies. I might have to come kill you over this, some shit like that. My girl is coming to you and telling you problems. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to come drown you.
Namor is definitely the usher of the Marvel universe. He don't care, man. He is savage with it.
So, me personally, I like the cast, but you could tell they went for, like, you know, star names. They definitely went for Margot Robbie, but we had to, you know, I guess she's way too overexposed to do that right now. Ebon Moss as the Thing.
From the Bear. It's
the
clobbering
Bear.
time, cousin.
He's great. That's a great pick. Even if they do, like, you know, CGI with him, kind of want to see his face, but whatever. Joseph Quinn from Stranger Things. I think that's cool because he's a great actor, at least from the stuff that I've seen him in. And
who's he playing Stranger Things?
I forgot his name. It's been gone so long. The rocker dude that got killed by the bats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Eddie.
Yeah. Eddie, the rocker dude got killed by the bats. He had a big scene or whatever. This is for you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the
that's
little
who that
solo
is.
jump. Yeah, I'm excited. I just don't know how they're gonna get them, like, up to modern day, but they could do whatever they want at this point. Yeah, that's it for Fantastic Four.
Yeah, it wasn't much. Like I said, just a cast announcement and kind of like a motif, you know, kind of see the vibe for it. They're going to lean into the retro 60s kind of vibe for it. So we'll see. Again, I'll be open-minded and optimistic. We've been waiting for a new Fantastic Four for quite a while, and that's what the MCU has really needed, a new flagship, you know, post-Avengers kind of team. So we'll see. We'll see if it's good. You know, I'm just trying to keep an open mind. I'm just exhausted by the superhero material.
You
these
should
days.
be. You saw Madam Web.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll definitely age you 5 years watching that movie. But, you know, like I said, Marvel, they knew that they needed to put something out because, like I said, we got the Fantastic Four announcement, we got the Deadpool trailer, and then we got the X-Men 97 trailer. Came out.
Oh, I saw that before. Oh, nigga, I got excited.
They got me with the music, man. Once that music started playing, I was like, all right.
Bruh, they got me with that nigga Gambit powering up the nigga
Oh,
claws. I'm like, oh, that's what we doing? That's what we doing? Okay, I like this.
About damn time you brought my mutants back. You know, the X-Men are the real saving grace of the MCU, so we'll see. They waited so long, and they're still probably going to fuck us over and not do any Krakoa stuff, but, you know, we'll see if we can still do something interesting. I think
I can deposit we probably won't ever see that in live action or media.
Be a
other
damn
than
shame.
comics.
Because those are the best modern X-Men stories, and I'm kind of tired of us just retreading the old stories that we do over and over again for the X-Men.
Like Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, Dark Phoenix, all and do the same shit over and over again. Just the Mansion, fucking William Stryker shit, Sentinels stuff, just the same dance, man. So I just want to see something different. If they can do something interesting with the X-Men, that'd be great.
So my only question is, in the show, Xavier got killed off?
Yeah, you don't remember? This is a direct continuation from the 90s show.
Continuation.
The last fucking episode, Xavier dies. And well, he doesn't die. He goes up to space. He space died. It's a kid's show. They couldn't say he died. So they're just like, he's dying and he has to go with Lilandra to the Shi'ar Empire because they have the technology to keep him alive. So he has to leave Earth forever, basically. And so he's not dead, but he is basically dead.
Yeah, I got
They
it.
couldn't say that on 4Kids TV back then or whatever. So that's the last episode. And even Magneto's there and everybody is just like, okay, man. The last season of X-Men was really bad. So a lot of people don't remember how it ended because it really fell off a cliff that last season. Animation started to look weird and bad, and it had some issues. So it'd be great to just get the show back. Looks like we might have some Madeline Pryor shit going on. We got look like a pregnant Jean Grey, which we
Yeah,
never
I saw that.
get. So that's probably not Jean Grey. Is going to be my theory
Yeah,
early
that's
on.
Madeline Pryor.
Yeah, maybe
giving
we
birth
got
to Cable.
yeah clone swap type thing. Yeah, because they said Mr. Sinister is going to be a big part of the season 2. So I imagine we're going to get some Madeline Pryor clone focused stuff going on. But I don't know. Other than that, I'm down for it. Looks like Magneto's going to take over the team. and be
I
the
just
leader.
had a theory. What if that dude, well, Tom Wamsgams from Succession, if you watch Succession, you know Tom Wamsgams. But the dude from the trailer, what if that's Mr. Sinister?
Nah, they already had the subtitles. It's spoiled who that is. That's Paradox.
Paradox.
He's another TVA agent like Mobius and just a generic TVA agent.
But what if?
I don't know.
What if?
What if was not good for me. I'm good on the what if.
What if?
I don't need any more seasons of that.
What? I mean, I like what if they come up with some good scenarios. It
Yeah,
could be
I don't
cool.
need what if Star-Lord forgot to tie his shoes on a Thursday. Like, I don't need a whole episode about that. I don't need to know what if Happy Hogan saved Christmas. Like, I don't need what if Peter Parker forgot his book bag to science class. Like, these are the what if scenarios they're wasting on this show. Like, why don't you ask some interesting questions and then I'd be down for what if. But what if Thor was just a party boy asshole is not the 30 minutes that I want to spend.
Yeah, that was one of the weakest episodes they had. But yeah, I think that's everything. Is that everything?
That's all the Marvel related stuff. Like I said, they ain't got too much going on. You know, we're gonna get Invincible back pretty soon.
March 24th, I think.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that'll be that.
Excited.
Dune is gonna drop, and Dune has basically got the opposite of the Madam Web early reviews, or people saying Dune's the greatest sci-fi movie they've ever seen.
Yeah, I got to rewatch that movie again.
So I was trying to go to Florida and go see it with my mom, because we both love Dune. So I'm very excited about that. That the early reviews are saying that it's a cinematic masterpiece and the best sci-fi movie they've ever put to film. And the first one was really good too. So like I believe it. I'm super down.
Yeah, that's why I got to rewatch it because they had a lot of information in the movie that you got to pay attention to. So I got to. For the new Joe to come out, I like to keep abreast of stuff.
Just read the book. It's a lot of good world building, man. It's very Game of Thronesy kind of in terms of how good the world building is in terms of the universe and stuff. So like that's how I got into it with my mom. We got really deep into the world, and it's basically like I feel like it's just like a better written Star Wars. And I love Star Wars, so people don't kill me for that. But I'm just saying like it's a more complex like political, it's more focused on like the complex politics of the world and stuff like that, where Star Wars is like space Jesus, lasers and stuff, and it's like more simple and fun, which I love too. So again, I love Star Wars. Don't kill me, but I'm just saying Dune is like a way more mature and sophisticated kind of storytelling in their world and stuff like that. So that's what I like about it. It's very, very complex in the narrative that it's kind of telling, but also just, you know, fun and entertaining on the surface level. So I'm very excited for that. They're strong cast. There are a lot of books. He said he's only doing adapting so many books, so this is good. I'm hyped for that. That's what I'm excited about. Like that's another thing I'm saying. We don't have to do all superheroes, man. You can make good movies about other shit. There's books, there's other mediums, there's original stuff, like original ideas like Scavenger's Reign and some of these other like great creative things. Like do some new shit. I don't need you to go back and scrub through an old Spider-Man comic to make Ezekiel a villain of like, nah, bro, let's just make a movie. You wanted to make a cool Final Destination kind of clairvoyance movie, you should have just did that. And then we wouldn't, that's all I'm saying. Like it don't all have to be superheroes at this point. Just make a good movie and I'm there. That's all I say, man. I've been scarred. Madam Web is a traumatic experience. For the love of God, don't see that movie.
We always find a way to circle back to Madam Web. That means that Madam Web is the best movie ever made. Excuse me. Madam Web is the best movie ever made in the history of film. You heard it here first, folks.
I would rather take that Dune popcorn bucket and shove it on my dick than watch Madam Web again.
Oh, the one that looks like an asshole?
Yes, then watch Madam Web again in theaters. Like, just it's.
Well, that would just be anal, and we don't kink shame here on the Channel Orange Show, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us on a new episode of Channel Orange. I might title this episode The Doom Popcorn Bucket.
Yo, they still wild for that.
Subscribe everywhere. Tell someone you love them. Gang.
Somebody approved that too. There's some corporate dude who looked at that and was like,